Australia. So, as you guys should know by now, especially by my accent, I am Australian, and you may know Australia for a few things. When you think of Australia, you might think about beaches, our pet kangaroos, you may think of Forex or Bundy, or you may think of our ridiculously slow internet. So today I am specifically going to be talking about our ridiculously slow internet because I don't mean to brag, I really don't. But short of the NBN, I actually have the best internet that Australian cable can provide. So the actual cables in Australia can only provide so much. It's the same in any other country. In Australia, the best internet you can get is called cable. Cable broadband. Other than that, they have the NBN, which is the National Broadband Network. This was something that the Labor government was using kind of as a voting strategy. They were going to bring in the National Broadband Network, which would give us around 100 megabits down. So the upload speed would have been at about 40-ish, maybe, but probably averaging around anywhere between 5 and 20. That is actually a good internet speed. But Australia, prior to the NBN, the best internet you could get would be cable, which is what I have in my house right now. Cable broadband internet in Australia, the cable will provide you around, on average, anywhere between 15 and 30 megabits download speed and 0 and 1 megabit up. That is pathetic. Absolutely royally pathetic. A lot of Australians, myself included, get very frustrated by this because the internet is something that a lot of people use on a daily basis. I think everyone uses it on a daily basis. And being such a big goddamn island with people stuck in the middle, I feel like they're disadvantaged. They don't have internet connections anywhere near as good as I do. I have the best. I average on 1 megabit up and 36 down all the time. I'm lucky like that. But those poor fools out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere are nowhere near a telephone pole, so they don't get those speeds. And this is mainly why we need the NBN, because we're disadvantaging majority of our population, and the Labor government understood this. The whole reason for creating the National Broadband Network was because it would open up employment and education opportunities for people in rural areas, of which we have an abundance of, an absolute abundance of rural areas, and these people are being disadvantaged because they don't have access to proper employment opportunities or education, and having the internet as an accessible feature would really open up the world to them. You may notice, myself, I am a YouTube content creator. I do this because I would like to be doing this for an income. There are plenty of opportunities to be making money online, and these people in rural areas or even in inner city areas are missing out on that opportunity. The fact that the cable internet, which is the best that Australia can provide, does not actually support speeds strong enough to give you proper connection means that the amount of videos that I can upload is limited. On a daily basis, I can only upload so many videos because it takes so goddamn long. For people further away from telephone poles with different kinds of internet connections that don't even have cable broadband, there is absolutely no chance they would be getting a proper connection for uploading at all. And a lot of the opportunities that the internet can open up for people is through uploading. It's not what the internet can give to you, it's what you can give to the internet. So why am I making this video? Because a lot of people don't understand that Australia actually has a slower internet connection than Slovakia, okay? Or Romania, or actually anywhere. I have the best internet. Cable internet in Australia is the best you can get, short of the NBN. Even with cable broadband, you are not guaranteed 36 down and 1 megabit up. That is what I personally average on because I am close to a telephone tower. People further away from an internet tower, even if they have cable broadband, they probably won't be getting those speeds. However, some telephone carriers or ISPs have add-on packs. So the one that I'm with, Telstra, have an add-on pack called the Super Speed Boost Pack. And this means that currently I average at around 100 megabits down and 2 megabits up. So even though I can absolutely improve the speed of the downloads through paying $20 extra to have my bandwidth opened up, I don't quite understand if that's what they're doing, but that's what they told me they were doing. I still do not have a fast enough internet speed to be doing things like live streaming with a proper quality, uploading videos one after the other, etc, etc. So I actually have a better internet connection than the best because I have paid more to get better than the best. Even though I have the absolute best internet that Australia can provide short of the NBN, it still isn't good enough. And the only way we can get the NBN is through actually voting for a government that supports the NBN. Liberal government, which has been voted in right now, does not support it. They did, however, have a backup plan because they knew that people would want to argue about this, and they decided they would research the VDSL connection. They, back in September of last year, told the major telco, Telstra, to go and research VDSL and to start implementing it for their services. This was a year ago, and everywhere that I go to research it, there is nothing on VDSL connection. There was one page that I found from an ISP that I had never heard of before, saying that they were taking requests so that they could put up the right telephone poles in different areas for an even distribution so that they could keep their customers happy. That page was faulty, which leads me to believe that they've lost funding and the whole project has just been scrapped. Failing cable broadband, failing NBN, failing VDSL, there are other companies. The only other way that I can get a better internet connection short of the NBN is by doing something called fusion or fusing. And this makes me laugh. This is a company that, and I'll leave links for everything that I mentioned down below. This is a company that allows you to get multiple internet speeds added onto each other. So at the moment with my cable broadband, I am averaging 36 down, 1 megabit up. If I was to sign up for another plan exactly the same, so it's $97 for this plan, it's $97 for this plan. If I get the two, you'd have roughly 60 down, 2 up. However, you lose about 5% of that with the fusion process, which is $97 a month. So that is about $300 every month just so that I can get 2 megabits up and about 60 down. And then of course I can pay an extra $40 to get 200 down and about 6-ish up. This is the only way that you can get a better internet connection short of the NBN. So what am I saying here? Why did I decide to inform you guys on Australian internet? I didn't only make this video to tell you that I have the best internet connection, even though it's still crap, or to tell you that Fusion cable broadband is ridiculously expensive, or to tell you about VDSL, or to tell you about NBN. Because these are all things that, yeah, it's good that you know them now, but they're totally pointless. I really came here because Australia needs the NBN. If we want to compete with countries like America, which in every other case we do, we need to have an internet speed that can actually compete with them. Their internet speed's perfectly fine. They don't have any problems. Even in places like Norway or Europe, they get 60 down, 60 up. So we're getting 1/30th, or in some cases 1/50th of the speed down in uploads. The internet wiring in Australia must be so outdated. We need an update. You can't run a new computer on old software. You can't run a country with old technology. So guys, I know this is a ridiculous video for me to be putting on the internet, but it's about time that people realize we need the NBN and Labor government are the only ones that are going to give it to us, and our votes need to change. For me personally, I already support Labour. The fact that they have the NBN and that they want to have that all over the country, yeah, hello, big deal, is just an add-on. For young people who want to have a good internet connection, who want to upload YouTube videos, who want to live stream, who want to get an education, who want to have a web store, who want to do these things, we need the Labour government to come in and give us the NBN. So guys, this is my roundabout way of saying vote Labour. I went there. I said it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're not from Australia and you didn't know any of these things, I hope you learned plenty. I'm glad I could inform you. I'm sorry about the birds chirping out there, and I got very animated, and I'm going to go and spend 3 hours waiting for this to upload. And I really hope that I stop hearing Australians complaining about not getting better internet speeds, because we already have, like, when they have the best internet speeds that Australia can give. The cable is just physically not able to give you any better speeds. It just isn't. It's outdated. It should have been thrown away years ago. They should have come up with the NBN. They should have brought it out and made it accessible and put it everywhere, but they didn't. And now we're stuck with a government that won't. And it's time for change, okay? It's time for us as a country to actually step foot on the map of internet business and of e-commerce and YouTubing. It's time for us to actually look like a proper country.